Shade 45 first play is the homie Gray Rizzy, and I feel like I've been in Detroit for the last couple of months, and it's all good because whenever I get a chance to be in Detroit, you know what I say? What up, though?
What up, though?
You know what I'm saying? I got a good friend in the building today.
Yes,
actually, it's my first time meeting him, but I've been a supporter since day one.
I appreciate that, man. That's love right there.
You know that sound. You know that voice. Mr. Big Sean is in the building.
What up, though?
Everything is good, man.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here, man.
I'm glad you're here,
happy
man.
to be at this moment in my life.
I can hear it all in the album. Shout out to Zeno, man. I went and had a chance, and we had a chance to listen to the album and growth. I'll say that. A lot of growth.
I appreciate that.
Not even in how can I put it? Not even in the bars, because you've always been a wordsmith. You've always been able to jump across those lines in those books, but just personal.
Thank you. Yeah, it is, man. I appreciate that. It is personal growth. I feel like that's the only thing that affects the music, you know, for me now is just how I'm developing as a person, you know what I mean? So it's cool that you're able to see that just from listening or hear that, rather. And I hope everybody can hear that.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they will. I would say that you're an artist on this, as in a musician, but you're more like a screenplay writer. This is like a movie. You're walking us through a lot of scenes here. Yeah,
it is like scenes, and there's like a storyline kind of to the album. I feel like an underlying narrative, you know what I mean? And just the idea of, you know, getting everything, you know, imagining that this is your second chance in life to get everything right, you know what I mean? And, you know, the first time you failed at everything you did and you got to the end of the life and regretted it all, from family to like relationships to just like personal dreams. And then this is your chance to like take that wisdom as an old person and like go through life again. So that's just how I feel in real life. That's what you know, so that's kind of, it was easy to put that story to the album and to the music, because that's just something that was just real personal and true for me. So yeah.
Good. Well, as a music fan, I do want to say thank you for bringing some skits back. I always go ahead and mention that to people whenever I hear them. Yeah. But I want to I know we have one skit, but I want to get to the first song. It's called Light. It's featuring the homeboy Jeremiah, man.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about this song.
I mean, I just feel like the first step to just progression, the first step to like being the best version of yourself, man, is like when you realize that, you know, your true potential. I know what it's like to know your potential and see it not being executed. I know what it's like to feel like the underdog. And I just feel like it all starts from the inside. Once you get everything right on the inside, the outside starts changing for you. So that's the whole meaning behind, you know, Light, and it's featuring my dog Jeremiah. And
something that I liked about that song, before we get on to the next one, you said you kept on looking for the light, or looking at the light in the tunnel. All you had to look was inside.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that's real shit right there.
That was the line where I was like, oh, Sean talking some different shit here. I hope these motherfuckers is ready, man.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that was the first line on the album too, because it's just like, it's real shit. And then even the song after this on the album is Bounce Back. It's just like, I looked at the album as kind of like 4 acts. Like the first act was like getting everything right with yourself. So you got like the light, you got bounce back, then you got no favors. Cause it's like once you bounce back from all your shit, then you at that, you know, you at that status, and it's like, I don't need no favors. I got this, you know what I mean? And so that's the whole like the beginning of the album. I feel like that's like act 1. Then act 2 goes into like going after your true love. Shit going right, shit going wrong, having fun though still. And then act 3 goes into, you know, things going bad, it going for, you know, a downward spiral, and then like, you know, voices in my head and all that like dark shit. And then like God and your family and everybody lifts you right back up at the end of the album. And it's just like, you know, and you still got hard shit too in that section with, you know, like the Migos.
Right. Well, I hope you guys are paying attention, because he kind of laid out the framework of what this album is. I want to get into this joint, because this is the part of the album where he's talking his shit. I just want to let you know this part. Light wasn't so much that, but for No Favors, featuring a guy, his name is Marshall. Goes by Marshall Mathers and stuff.
We're only on his radio. We're only on his radio station right now.
Hey. I mean, it is Shade 45, man. Like, what was it? What was it like, you know, having this guy on this album for you? Because I mean, it's Detroit, so it's home. That's number one. But what he means to hip hop,
man, crazy, man. You know, I got a chance to collab with him on our song, or his song, Detroit vs. Everybody. And that enough was, you know, that was a dream for me already, just being on a song with him. And when I reached out to him, I reached out to Paul, I reached out to Royce, I reached out to him. And then I talked to M, and M was like, yo, I love this song, man. Like, I want to do it, but he didn't know if he would have time to do it because I needed it, like, soon, you know? And he was like, man, I really love it. And, you know, I thought he was just trying to be cool and, like, let me down easy, you know how people be. But he's a real one, man, because, like, a couple weeks later, I got hit up again, and, you know, they sent the verse, and I was just, like, fucking tripping, man. I was going crazy because it's just, like, you know, Eminem, it's like a return for Eminem. I feel like we haven't heard him in a while. He hasn't put an album out in a while, you know what I mean? And it was just, the energy was so live on there. It's so crazy. It felt like a new artist almost.
Right. You said it before I even mentioned it. Like, you never really think in that aspect of his return from Eminem, but
yeah, because he never
really leaves. He's always omnipresent and shit like that.
No, every time he come out, it's the most biggest major thing ever, you know. And he is the top rapper as far as just across the board, changing the game, numbers. Nobody does it like Eminem. Right. Nobody changed the game like Eminem did. So, and
he says some shit on here. I don't even want to have these people wait anymore.
Yeah,
let's go ahead.
What I can do is I gotta say thank you to Eminem, because when I did talk to him after he sent the verse, he let me know that, and I know this already, that a lot of people don't get Eminem features. He didn't say that, but you know, I know that a lot of people don't get Eminem features, and he told me how much it meant for him to be a part of this album, and what he thought about me, and how he told me I'm one of the most dangerous MCs to him. So that was a real true honor. You could imagine a kid growing up in the D, and then having one of your idols calling and telling you that, and, you know, saying that, hey, man, you know, I don't do too many features, but I'm happy to be a part of this and happy to, you know.
How long was that conversation?
It was about an hour.
Shit, that's real.
Yeah, and I feel like on this verse he had a lot to get off his chest, so I'm just happy he decided to do it on here.
Well, I want him to listen to it, because I don't even know how he fit all these words into these bars. Yeah. It's still kind of fucking a mystery to me. Sometimes I look at you as an artist, and I remember in kind of going through this, I remember getting off the ground wasn't easy.
No, hell.
In your career, man. Like, it wasn't that you weren't talented, it was just that it took you was a little bit before your time, in my opinion.
I was a little bit before my time, but I guess that's just, everybody got their own path, their own story, you know? Right. And I feel like Ye's such a visionary for seeing the potential in me, you know, and the potential I knew I had. And just for him to always, like, season that, and always, like, you know, respect me and, like, show me the ropes as far as, like, in the studios, and you know, always pushing me to be better. Like, he would always push me, like, oh, you got to come harder, or you do, you know, like this or that, or so it just always, like, got me in the mindset of always trying to be better, and that's just something that can continue to stick with me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I could definitely, you know, when I listen to my old stuff, I hear the progression tremendously. It almost sounds like a whole nother person, but that's just the beauty of it all, you know, and I think that's what makes my story special than anybody else's.
And that's part of the career, man. Did he play any part? Like, did you have a chance to work with him at any point within the album?
Well, yeah, he definitely worked. I was always going over the music with him, and he, like, added some stuff to the end of Bounce Back. Like, that's his vocal at the end of it on, like, the vamp or bridge part. And then, like, on the song Oh Me, which is, like, one of my favorites on the album, he had an idea for the chorus. It was a part of my verse, and he was like, you should make this the chorus, take this part. Like, it was things like that. And even on Sunday Morning Jetpack,
I can't wait to talk. In fact, let's not even go there just yet,
Sean,
because I can't wait to talk about this.
Okay, one. Yeah, but point is, Kanye had a lot to do with it, and even though he's not featured on the album, his presence was, like, a lot on here. So I gotta say thank you to him, because the little bit of attention he gives to something goes such a long way, because he's so in tune and so experienced. Feel me?
Right. Believe that, man. Let's get into this joint. Jump Out the Window. This is one of those relationship songs right here.
Yeah, that's like the one where it's the one where you gotta go after your girl. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get your bitch, man.
You better make her choose you, man. Yo, I got this song, Oh Me. You was just talking about it a little bit, and you there's this part where I could see where you wrote it. It was like, you know, you so fucking out of line. It's like you period, so period, out of fucking line, period.
Yeah.
Where
people,
you know,
feel like that.
Yeah. Well, was this like something where, like, a cheating situation? Are you letting
I mean, a lot of people, you know, yeah, exactly. Taste was mine. It's definitely that sentiment, and it's just something that I don't really hear a lot of songs about people cheating on each other and then trying to reconcile it
and get it back.
You know, reconciliation is like something I don't really. As common as it is, I don't hear too many songs about it. So I definitely thought it was important to just incorporate that into it fit. You know what I mean? Into the album. And Mustard produced it with my homie Amir Johnson and Travis Scott too. So it's like the track is one of my favorite tracks on the album. It has like a bop to it. Yeah,
you hear it.
It's cool, man. So
Shade 45 first play is the homie Gray Rizzy. Now look, Detroit is up in this building. It's frigid in this
what
bitch.
Up, though?
I have one piece of jewelry on my hand. Meanwhile, I don't know what the fuck Sean got on, but you know he got a lot of different rings and stuff.
Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy. It's just like a
Cartier.
It's like a slight blinding effect in this motherfucking studio, but it's all good. Don't worry about it, man.
Yeah, man.
Yo, you have now we're kind of moving into that act 3. Voices in my head. Stick to the plan. You know, you either blew it or you blew through it. It's certain parts of songs that kind of stick with you. And when I heard that, it was like, yo, you had a crux, you had a fork in the road. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
What you gonna do? And Metro Boomin kind of, you know, helped you along with this song pretty well.
Yeah, with Voices in My Head / Stick to the Plan, it was DJ Dahi did the first part of it, and Metro Boomin did the last part of it. And as producers, they like completely different to me. You feel me? But I feel like they were able to find some type of middle ground where it made perfect sense. And that's kind of the juxtapositions in my own head too, because it's like it'll go from one thought to a completely different thought, but it all be in the same, you know, in the same process, the same moment. So I thought it was cool. This was the hardest song to execute that concept and to like make it fit. Right. Just musically, you know what I mean? I don't know if it sounds like it, but it definitely was. That was like the most challenging song that it took. Like I would have to come back to it months later and be like, all right, let me try and reapproach this. So
now this right here, this is the song. Like, don't get me wrong, I've enjoyed the whole album, right? You can ask Zeno. This is the song that made my head like snap up, like, oh shit. And it's Sunday Morning Jetpack. Yeah. Featuring The Dream. And I said, look, Zeno, I spoke to my PD, shout to Ron Mills, shout to Swaggy in here. I said this one's gonna go somewhere different. I feel the album is gonna be very successful, period. Wow. But this one's gonna take you know, cause let's be honest with everybody. I'm looking to the cameras on this one. Sunday, I'm gonna say Sunday at about 2-3 in the morning, depending on where you're at. If you're in New York, maybe about 5 in the morning. You need a song like this, cause some of y'all fucking heathens out here doing some real ratchet shit, you know. But
real, yeah, that's real talk.
This is a very inspirational song, man.
Damn, that's tight.
I mean, can you agree to that? Is that something you could agree with?
It's inspirational to me, but you never know how people gonna take it, you know. But for me, it definitely. I mean, when I played it for my mama, she cried. You know, when I played it, I've cried listening to this song, and not because
I can believe it,
just because of what it means to me. You know
just didn't want to cry in front of Zeno. We ain't on that level yet, so I didn't want to do it in front of him. But I can understand.
No, it's something that's touching, man. It's like straight from the soul, from the heart. You know, I hope people can vibe to it, and you know, maybe for me, it was my grandpa, my grandma. It was like things I was rapping about on there that had me like feeling that way, but. You know, whatever it is to you, that family member who may not be there, or who is there, that just you feel like that, you know, that's what Sunday Morning Jetpack is for, and just for all the crazy shit you go through, and somehow you make it out, you know.
Yeah. And then what did you say? I always look for the line in the song, you know, thank God for setbacks.
Yeah, thanking God for all my setbacks, because he the reason I'm able to get back. This feel like my Sunday morning jetpack. Feel like I sent the prayers up and got blessed back. Whoa. You know.
I'm gonna let him tell it, man. That's the boy Big Sean. I'm Gray Rizzy. Listen to the song, man. Hit me up at Shade 45 at Gray Rizzy.
Yeah.
Like, come on, how can you not be blown away by that?
I appreciate that, bro. That's real talk, man. Look, I put everything into this album. I can't even front. Like
I try to be and I'm being very honest with Sean here. I try to be the guy who doesn't hold any punches. And try to be as honest, because I know how this industry is.
Yeah, fake ass motherfuckers.
Exactly. But if I'm excited about something, I don't have any fucking problem showing it on camera, talking to you over the phone. You gonna hear that? You gonna feel it over text. Yeah, like, my nigga, this shit is crazy, man. But I really appreciate you for that song, because a lot of people go to feel a different way after this.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so. That's what it's all about, you know. I remember people always talk to me like, man, how, you know, what do you think you the best at this or that, or you know, when you hear this, how your shit compare to this, man. But it's just like the whole fucking point is to really inspire people, man. That's the whole point. You know, rap is competitive as hell, and you know, I'm a competitive person too. But in this race, I'm not looking to the right or to the left of me. I'm looking at the finish line. Right. You know what I mean? And that's what's important for people to take away from the album, is that, yo, I just hope you get something from this, man. Whether it's like any song, whatever song touches you a certain way. even, you know, and all these songs ain't deep or nothing like that. It's just like, I just hope that it sparks something in your head. Even that whole concept of the album in 2017, man, with all the crazy shit going on, like, this shit is needed, to me at least.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I don't even want to get. In fact, it's a whole nother conversation I don't even want to get to, man. Because goddamn, this motherfucker. I don't even want to talk about it. Yo, let's get into this joint, man. Because Sacrifices with Migos, and something that I really enjoyed with you is that you're an artist who gives credit where it's due. And it's, you know, again, socially, you went ahead and supported these guys, the Migos.
Yeah, for sure.
But then you went ahead and said, next week's my turn.
Yeah.
Next week's my turn.
Yeah, because they're my bros, you know, and we had just did that song too. And I remember the first time I met Migos, they came up to me and was paying hella respect to me. They was like, man, you want our OGs. And it's funny because I'm probably like 2-3 years older than them, maybe.
Right.
But
in this
I gotta remember,
age, a lot.
Yeah, but I gotta remember I got on so young that's real. When I was 19 and got my deal, they was 16, 15, you know what I'm saying? So it was just cool to see them show that love and respect, and just, you know, I could tell the energy was there. And then, you know, them was my dog, so it was easy to link up in the studio. And, you know, I just did the song, sent it to them, and they was fucking with it.
Nice, man. Did you, just really quick, did you see what was about to happen for them? Because I think a lot of people, similar to you, a lot of people didn't believe.
Yeah, I always believed in them. I always was fucking with Migos.
Nice.
Period.
Nice. And now we here.
Now we here. Real ones.
I decided.
Yeah, real ones fuck with the real, man. So look, this Sacrifices is for all the real ones, you know what I'm saying? Independent women, all my real dogs out there, everybody who made sacrifices, man, just in life on a daily basis, from family members to anything, man. We sacrifice our time. We sacrifice every day we wake up. You know what I'm saying?
Man, Big Sean is still in the building. This is a show called First Play. And of course, we playing it first because we got Big Sean on here.
Y'all played a lot too already.
We did, man. And we not done yet. Because before I even get into this song, I want to shout you out because you were on Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah.
And you did a song, Moves, which you're already playing. In fact, they heard it on the countdown earlier this week, which I also host another show. You know, Monday, 7 p.m.
No, I be hearing it. Yeah.
So it was number one. You jumped up from 4 to number 1.
That's fucking
crazy. Look, this is for all the label people in here. Smile. Look at all his smile. But you went and performed the song, man, with all these elderly people, which I was a little confused because they was having so much fucking fun. There was a lady that was in the front that was like,
oh hell yeah,
she was going crazy.
That was just like a cool idea, man. To keep it honest, like the whole album, one of the underlying messages is second chances. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the idea was giving these OGs a second chance to just wild out, have fun. You know what I mean? Another chance. And a lot of them, even before we did the live taping, they were there the whole day, partying the whole day in the dressing rooms. And I mean, literally a few different occasions separately, they'll come up to me and be like, man, I haven't had this much fun in 20, 30 years. Or, you know, one lady was like, man, I haven't had this much fun since I was in college.
Wow,
like,
man.
You know, so it was just cool to give him that moment. But that was the whole point of it. It was like paying respect to the OGs. And like I said, one of the underlying messages of the album is second chances or another chance. You know what I'm saying? So that was the whole thing. And we was just having fun.
Just having fun with it.
Just having fun.
I'm telling you.
They had champagne on Ellen and throwing money. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yo, look, if you get a chance, I think it's up on YouTube. She has a big YouTube channel. Take a look at it. There's some people up there that did that shit last night. They look like professionals, man. They look like they turned up professionally.
No,
man.
I'm telling you, they were going way harder than I ever went. Like, they were partying. Weren't they dancing all day in the dressing rooms, playing like oldies, new shit? Like,
that's dope.
Yeah, so it was a cool moment for them too, man.
Very, very dope, man. And before we get into this last song and really close out the show, I want to salute you for what you've done in raising over $100,000 with the Sean Anderson Fund.
Appreciate
your
that
foundation. And that's for the Flint water crisis. If you guys don't know what that is, you see what he's drinking. They weren't able to drink that in Flint because of some real mismanagement that was out there. But very, very
it
dope.
wasn't a natural disaster.
No.
Something that should have been prevented, and something that, you know, that people are paying a price for that they shouldn't. So
now where are we at with that right now? Because you've not only raised the money, you've donated water, donated, you know, a lot of different things. Where are things with like that right now?
It's nowhere near being still going on, still messed up. It's nowhere near being resolved at all. But at least the awareness is there, I guess. I mean, there is no bright side to the situation, though, to just keep it honest. And the thing is, my mom is so attached to it too, because she had lead poisoning to a degree and had to get it. She was able to reverse a lot of the effects through holistic like medicine and natural remedies and things like that. So it was real important for her to raise the money to try and get these kids help with that, because a lot of them have irreversible brain damage. That's something that like they got to grow up with just from drinking water or taking showers, you know what I mean? And over a town of Flint, they were trying to save money and just changing their water source from one clean water source to the Flint River, which is honestly disgusting.
That's probably like the equivalent of New York City's Hudson River, especially down like right here in the city and shit.
I mean, when you turn your water on and it's brown because you ain't turned it on in years or something like that. That's how that shit was looking all the time and is. And I just gotta say, I'm here, and I reached out to the Flint Chosen Choir just to give them inspiration from another way, not just helping out through my foundation, but I got a choir from Flint named the Flint Chosen Choir, just to show them that, man, I care. I'm about this shit for real. So
right, and we also have a Star. Star was on this joint.
Yeah,
as well.
Star. Yeah.
I look, you got Xeno. I heard her earlier, and I'm like, who was that? He's on that Star. I was like, all right. Let me go ahead and scribble something.
Star
down.
is a real one. She's a great writer. She on this song, she only wrote her part that she performed, so I got her as just a feature artist. But she writes a lot of she wrote, a lot of big songs. Like I know she wrote on "Pick Up the Phone," on "Fake Love," a whole bunch of just.
Right. Now everybody gonna be googling her.
Yeah, a lot of things. She's an amazing writer though.
They gonna be googling her like, I want to work with you, girl.
Yeah, she's major. She's major. So shout out to her, and her voice is dope too though. On top of that, so that's why I wanted to leave her on the song, you know what I mean, as a feature, because I believe in her as an artist too.
Dope, man.
Not just a writer.
Dope. Well, I want to thank you for coming out, Big Sean, for real. This is a first play before I decided, and yo, man, I'm just in awe, bro. Like, I just keep sawing, brother. Keep going, because you're inspiring a lot of people who are looking at you.
I appreciate that, bro.
Whether they say it or not. We hear it. We hear a lot of these motherfuckers, all right? Yo, please.
We hear a lot of these motherfuckers, that's for sure.
We hear a lot of these motherfuckers.
No, but I hope people just really support the album. If you really do fuck with it, if you got love for the album, like, buy that bitch, man. Support it, stream it, because that's what really counts, man. And that's what's going to be able to keep opening the doors for people, letting them know that this is the type of music that people want, man. Right. Not that other shit.
Right. So. Before you get out of here, even though millions already know, for the people who are listening who don't, how can he reach you? Instagram, Twitter, website,
yeah,
everything
all that is just
stuff.
at Big Sean. My Instagram is at Big Sean. Twitter is at Big Sean. My Snapchat is Big Sean Snapped. And and just my website where you can just get we're going on tour too, so if you want to see me on the road, tours, like, the tickets are on sale now. Like, half of the cities are sold out, but there's still some tickets left in some cities. And you can get that at youknowbigsean.com, which is the letter U, KNOWBIGSEAN.com, and merch and all that stuff. So
nice, man, nice. Let's get into this song, man. This is the joint right here, Bigger Than Me, featuring
Bigger Than Me, featuring the Flint Chosen Choir and Stara. Man, I decided the album in stores now.
Right now.
Thank y'all for listening, taking that time out, man. And we gonna keep getting it. You know what I mean? Detroit, stand up. Shout out Eminem. We on Shade 4-5. And let's get it. Yes,
sir, man. Shade 45, Gray Rizzy, first play. We out here, bro. Make sure you hit us up at Gray Rizzy, at Shade 45. Listen.